Thank you, Jim. Good morning, everyone. That's the way it should be. My, oh my. You got one of these devices? We would love it if you would make sure that it does not go off and make noise during our service, or especially our meditation or prayer. But anyways, it's also a great device to let people know about Unity, and maybe if some of us post often enough, one or two friends might show up and say, "You keep talking about this place every Sunday. I thought I might come and check it out." Okay, and welcome to, of course, I've said good morning to everybody here in the room, but howdy doody to everybody online on our lovely Zoom channel, and find hello to the people that might watch this later on our YouTube channel. YouTube, Unity of London at YouTube. There's some really weird stuff out on there, though. So I think because we don't pay for an account, just as a warning, I looked at it one day a couple of weeks ago, and all of us, in between our services, you'll see these bizarre things that other people you think have posted, and I don't think they're posting. I think they're advertising. So we welcome anyone who would like to give us a pile of money to make sure we do not have any advertising on our YouTube channel. Yay! Wow, look at all these great words. This is what unity means to people. Love, joy, kindness, curiosity. Wonder what that means. Growth, self-expression, connection, transportation, transformation. Well, you're kind of getting transported when you're getting transformed, aren't you? Sorta. Depends on how good the transformation is. Evolving into peace, a positive path to spiritual living. So that's a line that's been used by many unities or Unity worldwide, a positive path to spiritual living. Also practical Christianity. I don't know if any of us in here are practical, are we? Is there any fun in being practical? Yeah? Okay. Well, let's be practical then. Our 5 basic principles. And I'm going to go to my sheet because it's a little bit bigger to read. Principle number 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is within me and in everyone. Oh, look at you joining. Number 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And let's do number 5 with zeal. I do my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. Let's do that again together. I make a difference. And the people that have cooked and are going to cook are really going to make a difference because we're going to have a lovely lunch today. Oh, switch slides. There we go. Be the change. When I practice being the change I am, inspiring other people to make a positive change in the world. And so be the change you'd like to see. We coexist by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers in all walks of life. And of course, one of our greatest strengths is prayer. And so there is individual one-on-one prayer following the service. Today, to do prayer, chaplain, Dawn. There we go. Thanks, Dawn. Dawn's offered to do the prayer chaplain today. Yay, Dawn. Dawn will be waiting by the orange steps. And if she's not, she'll be having her lunch. Just say, hey, Dawn. And online, of course, we have Wilda to help us out with that. And there's nothing like having somebody pray with you or for somebody that you care about. And I think, Jim, this is your cue. You're back up. My, oh, my. That's the way it should be.
Well, last week, was it last week? No, the week before. There was some weirdo here last week. But the week before, Pauline, in her talk, she referenced a song. And I had this song in my repertoire, but I didn't have the lyrics with me. And as you all know, I can't remember anything without my book. So I would have done it then. But Pauline, I hope you'll excuse me for making this a couple weeks later. I have an amphibian in my throat. I can look clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Sing on. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here's that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, it's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here's that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Okay, listen, we're all gonna do this together now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here's the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Give yourselves a hand. That was great. That was great.
Thanks again, Jim. Wonderful. Prayer. Did you know that? I bet most of you did. Unity was founded on affirmative prayer, and it is certainly our greatest foundation. And so at the front of the room, we have our prayer box, and we have behind it a little basket with some lovely slips of paper, and you can put the name of anyone you would like to have prayer for, and put it in the prayer box, and the prayer angels here at Unity of London will pray over them for 30 days or more, because we empty it once a month, so it may be longer than that. And then we send them down to Silent Unity, where they have an additional 30 days of prayer. So, and today, prayer chaplain again is Dawn and Wilda. And I invite you to now get comfortable into your chair, maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And we will have prayer together. Sweet Spirit, join us in this prayer today with all of our Unity of London members, our friends and families that are connected with us. We hold also in prayer Unity Center of Winnipeg and the Unity Christ Center of Truth in Etobicoke. And take these names that we whisper into the space, Spirit, the people that we would like you to uplift. And we take a moment now and whisper those names into the space. And today, Sweet Spirit, we ask that during this week, when any one of us is not seeing the blue skies and the bright, shiny day, if we see clouds and we feel despair, we invite you to warm our hearts, to remind us in the way that you so often just kind of tickle our brain or whisper in our ear, everything's going to be just fine. As we look around at the challenges within the world, we maybe get ideas on how those challenges can be changed, and we move on those ideas. As we go about our week, we know that you nudge us to give a hug, give a smile, pray with someone. For we truly come on Sundays to learn about being in spirit, with spirit, never ceasing. For we know that you are always with us, showing up as our highest self, reminding us of all the great things that we can do. And we agree that when you nudge us, we will follow through. We appreciate each and every person on the earth, and we appreciate all of our spirituality. And so it is, and so we let it be. And now I believe Renee's coming up to read our daily word.
Good morning, everyone. I have an amphibian as well. It's contagious. The word of today, the daily word, is generous. I honor the divinity in others through my generosity. There have been times when I relied on the generosity of others. I remember feeling grateful when they shared what they had with open hearts, not thinking of how I might repair the kindness. This is the true gift of generosity. not just the material offered or the services rendered, but the feeling I am worthy of someone's time, treasure, and effort. Each person is a divine being, made in the image and likeness of God. I honor each person's divinity by doing what I can to help and support them as others have helped and supported them, as others have helped and supported me. Those who are generous are blessed, for they share their bread with the poor. Proverbs 22:9. Our guest speaker today is Pauline Duncan Thrasher. And I have to turn this around. Many years ago, our speaker Pauline received a special gift from her mother for her 20th birthday. The book, as you may guess, is quite ancient by now and well worn. Pauline will refer to the core message in this book and messages in two others for her presentation today. Join me in welcoming Imagine with Gusto, Pauline Duncan Thrasher.
Thanks to Renee, and don't worry, she was not insulting me. I asked her to say that. So it's lost, the end. You can see from here that it is, in fact, very old. My mother gave me this book on my 20th birthday. By the way, it's still available on Amazon, and it's been called one of the most inspirational, motivational books ever written. Perfect for Imagine with Gusto. And that's the message for today. The book is called The Magic of Believing. The author is Claude M. Bristol. If you've read it, please put your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4 of us have read it. That means all the rest of you are in for a huge treat. I'm going to share a couple of excerpts only, because it is totally connected to the power of imagination. Now, imagination, as you might guess, can take us to the heights or plummet us to the depths. How often have you thought in your head, oh, I hate rain. The rain's going to wreck my party. It's going to wreck the barbecue. Or we get to be inside and be closer to everybody, and it's all going to work out well. We get to choose. Before I go on with the book, I know that a lot of you really appreciated Imagine gently, softly, delicately, delicately. And if you tiptoe delicately and you imagine gently, you will never get anything big. Or if you do, it will take a long, long time. I suggest you stride purposely with your head up, maybe even run, so that you can, in your own mind, see yourself being gloriously victorious. In what your friend told you to do? No. In what I suggested you to do? No. In what you decided you wanted to do or be or feel. It is absolutely, my dear friends, up to you. So I chose just a few excerpts from the book. Thought attracts that upon which it is directed. Have you ever thought, I can't do that? Don't ask me to go up there and speak at the end of the service. That's not me. Then you never will. We become what we focus on, what we visualize clearly and vividly, with gusto, with passion. According to their pitch intensity, emotional quality, depth of feeling, or vibratory plane. And you might be sitting there saying, great for you, Pauline. That's not me. I just want to be calm and comfortable where I am. Okay, do it. You get to choose. There's another book, a more modern book called Attitude is Your Paintbrush. It colors every situation. And there was a story in here that I shared with Toastmasters Thursday night, but it's kind of dire, so I'm not going to share that one. It had to do with a firing squad and a big black door. I'll leave you guessing. Some of you might be smart enough to already guess the ending for that. Which would you choose? Firing squad or the big black door? Which would you choose? Most people chose the firing squad. Because they knew what it was all about. They didn't choose the unknown because they were scared. And that's us. How often are we afraid of the unknown? We want guarantees. We want it clear. When Sylvia said, oh, practical, a few people said, no, we like practical. We like organized. We like a clear little box. It makes us feel safe. Chipper sleeps in a little box at night. Well, a big box. It's from Dan's shoes. And he loves it because it circles him. So I'm going to tell you anyway because I started it. So a committed spy came in, and the Persian general had this custom, and he always gave people a choice. They were sentenced to death. They knew they committed a crime, and he said, firing squad or big black door. So sure enough, a spy came in who'd been sentenced, and he said to the spy, firing squad or big black door. The spy thought for a long, long time. What do you think he chose? No, he didn't. Chose the firing squad. And a few minutes later, shots rang out and he was executed. So the assistant to the Persian general said, so what is behind the big black door? Freedom is behind the big black door. Freedom. But to get to that freedom, we have to risk sometimes the unknown, to get out of our comfortable little space, the gentle imagination that's very soothing, that we like, that makes us feel happy, and go beyond. That is hard. Now, lest you're sitting here thinking, well, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. You sound pretty convinced, Pauline, but you haven't convinced me. There is a story in here. It's sort of a nicer story. I'm going to read it directly. The author, by the way, is James Moore. And this is a story about a mother and her son, who she was convinced was totally brilliant. There was a noted concert violinist named Isaac Perlman. He was cornered in his dressing room by the stage mother. She insisted that he listen to a tape of her talented son, a violinist. Perlman was tired and he didn't really want to listen to the tape, but the woman kept hounding and harassing as mothers do when they're in favor of their child. She switched on the portable tape player. He had relented, and the music began. It was wonderful music. It filled the room. It was so impressive. Perlman was impressed. Such a difficult piece with such insight and genius that it moved him to tears. He listened, spellbound, to the entire recording. And then he composed himself before he spoke. Madam, that was magnificent. How old is your son? 8 years old, she said. 8 years old? And he made that tape? Oh, that wasn't him. That was Yasa Heifetz. But all the neighbors think my son sounds just like him. We can't play somebody else's tape. You can't play my tape, and I can't play yours. So you need to figure out, what is your tape? And sometimes we get stuck in how we see ourselves, even if it's a little small self. We get so accustomed to being a little bit afraid of the spotlight. So we stand back. We might shrivel a little. We don't speak up. We don't disagree. We don't even lead when we need to lead. Stepping forward with gusto is stepping into our magnificence. It's stepping into our faith. Now, we have a huge advantage over Claude Bristol. We believe in divine spiritual presence. Do we or don't we? Do we or don't we? Whoa, with gusto. And that faith that we believe in, that just flows through our entire body when we stop and think, really think, and focus on it, divine presence in us, flowing through us, flowing from us, should be enough to drive out all the little negative, nasty, cranky, disgruntled, stressed feelings. But it doesn't, because we get attached to them. One of our members came in today, beloved member, and she said, "Oh, I had that worm in my ear." It's not a worm. Earworm. I had the earworm in my head. And it was, "I can see clearly now." And I said, "Well, guess what? Jim's going to play that and sing it." And we all sang with it. So we can sing, "I can see clearly now." No rain, rainbows, sunshine. There is another step. And the step is monitoring our thoughts when we say, "Oh, well, there is rain. It's not really sunny. I don't see a rainbow." And when you come back with that, you are stepping backwards into the negative. And it's so easy for that to happen. Who's ever felt themselves, you get so positive and so happy, maybe you're going on a trip, or you just came back from a trip, or you hear great music from Jim, and you're just on a high. And then into your head comes this little nasty thought. So be aware. And figure out how you're going to deal with that. And say, "I am positive, I am healthy, I am well, I am strong, I am faith-filled, I am filled with gusto of imagination, because it fills me with strength." There may be times when it doesn't. And those are the times when you maybe do what Sylvia and I did in the prayer room this morning. We quietly went into meditation, just the two of us, in a nice, cool, small prayer room. We didn't talk. We didn't stomp around or wave our arms and say, "Gusto, gusto." We just sat quietly. And it was soothing, Jesus, our way shower, did this often. Do you think that Jesus went tippy-toeing around trying to say, I'm going to preach to the masses, the masses? No, he did not. He went out to thousands of people. Were there guarantees? No. And what I love about unity is the reminder that Jesus was also human. And what he did also showed, in many instances, his fear, his annoyance when his apostles fell asleep and he was just agonizing over his upcoming death. He figured it out. He knew that what he was doing was not going to bring adulation from everyone. He knew he had big, strong enemies. He did it anyway because he had a mission. And I'm sure in his mind he could imagine very clearly that he would be punished severely, that it wouldn't be easy. And using your imagination with gusto is not always easy. Would you agree? Not always easy, but it's exciting. It's fulfilling. When you find something that makes you feel passionate or enthusiastic, something you love doing, what is holding you back from doing it? What? Fear. Fear maybe that you'll actually be joyous and happy, and what will I do with that? I'm not used to that. When I read the book, Magic of Believing, my mother gave it to me. This is why Renee said, must be pretty ancient. The inscription is still on the inside. November 1961. To Pauline, brown eyes, my living proof of the magic of believing, always with love, Mom. And I may have shared, I'll share it again. I thought, oh, magic of believing, goody. I feel sad so often. I feel sorry for myself. I wish I had a boyfriend. I wish I was leading a fun life. These were all thoughts, real thoughts in my head at that time. Very real thoughts. I just nurtured them the way Dawn would nurture a flower. I let them just grow and expand. So I was not happy. I was healthy enough, in body anyway. So I thought, I know, I'll pretend to be happy. I'll act as though I'm happy. So I thought I was putting on a pretty good act. I walked around and I smiled. My mother saw right through it. She said, Pauline, what are you doing? Why are you smiling all the time? I said, I'm happy. She said, no, you're not. Stop acting. I needed to start doing. There's one little wee sentence in here, and I highlighted them all in bright orange. And the little wee sentence says, faith without action is death. I thought, woo, how did I miss that? We can believe all we want. You could come right up here now and say to everybody, I believe in divine presence inside. But if your actions don't support that, they're just words. Who do you see yourself to be right now? Just think about that for a few seconds. Vividly. Now I ask you, in that picture that you just had, did you include words like old? Not very healthy. shy, scared, timid, unsure, disappointed in my life, or vibrant and filled with energy, ready to snatch that next adventure by the neck and throttle it with joy. Or ready to make that huge move, that huge gusto-filled move off my step and closer to what I genuinely, truly want. And if you say, I don't know what I want, which my friend in Toastmasters says, he's going to retire in a year and a half, he's totally nervous, he doesn't know. I said, well, what would make you happy? He knows what would not make him happy. Playing golf all the time would not make him happy. So we have to know what would make us happy. Because if we don't know, how can we visualize ourselves in possession of it? And I say it doesn't have to be a thing. It can be a doing, a way of being, where you are, who you're with, when you are doing whatever you're doing. The clearer our picture, the more sensory the image, the more you focus on it, the more you create it. And surrounding all that, as I said before, is divine presence. You as divine presence. You look in the mirror and say, I am divine presence in this world. And if you can't say it with gusto, say it gently. And keep on saying it, and gradually the gentleness will become gusto. So significant, so needed for you to be happy. Yes, life will throw us stuff, junk. There are no guarantees. So how do you deal with that with gusto? You imagine yourself being able to meet anything that happens with inner calm, with serenity, with spiritual faith. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. None of us do. But we know what's happening right now. Right now. This moment. And I have one little prayer that sits on my fridge all the time. May you revel in the present moment. This is from Shelley Wilson. May you love yourself deeply for who you are right now. May you be surrounded with people who help you grow. And if you're not, find some. They're out there. If you've got people who drag you down, say, so long, goodbye, I'm going to the other side of the room, which I had to do a few weeks ago. May you heal past hurts and embrace new chances with gusto. Next one's in pale yellow. May you have patience and courage to create the life you deserve, the life you're called to be, the person you are meant to be, not that little shadow of the person. We are each called to be someone in this world who makes a difference. And you can make a difference in the kitchen, out in the garden, in the airplane, in the store, in your car driving. You can make a difference wherever you are. But you need to choose, what kind of difference am I choosing to make? I need to make that choice all the time. If I slip into a feeling of negativity, or feeling lonely, or sorry for myself, I need to recognize it and say, is this who I want to be? Really? Is this my divine presence? Shriveling, shrinking? Or is this who I want to be? Upright, tall, confident, strong. We get to choose. May you live a life you truly love. May you live a life you truly love. Forget about what your neighbors say, even what your friends may say. Friends say, oh, no, don't go. I want you to stay. Well, too bad, so sad. I'm going. So long. I'm going to have fun. With gusto. You get to choose. You can't live your life based on what other people want you to do. It's not fair to you. Not fair to you. So with that, let us go into meditation. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Just relax into your chair. Feet firmly anchored. Fingers that were clenched are now relaxed. You let the essence of harmony and peace flow from the top of your head all the way through your whole body. You just breathe in that peaceful, tranquil, blissful center of divine presence. And if meditation drives you a little crazy, just relax. Relax. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're breathing in all the energy, the love, the gusto-filled imagination, but not too much because that will distract you. Just breathe in whatever you want. Love and life, light and peace. You hold that breath, and then you breathe out, releasing what is holding you back, releasing obstacles to your shining divine presence. Just continue doing that, and I'll let you know when our time is fulfilled. as we return spiritually nourished, ready to embrace the divine person we are, ready to embrace our divine presence, ready to rejoice in the now. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline, for telling us the difference between using your imagination gently and using it with gusto. I think I'll choose gusto. Great example between your two talks. Very well done. And everybody here is going to use gusto. Yes? Yes. Yay! Wonderful talk as always. And I was thinking also, I think it's time that we stop calling you our guest speaker. And change it to our spiritual leader. And you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And now, here's Jimmy, who certainly uses just a little bit of gusto in his talent.
Pauline, I have to say, I know every time you speak and I come up here, I always say how much you move me. And as in the meditation today, I was moved. I was thinking about the difference that you've made in my life, the things that you've said on the stage and off the stage too. And this metaphor occurred to me, and I think it's really accurate. When I hear you speak, it's like you came over to my house and tucked me in, and I know that tomorrow's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. So thank you. God bless you, and thank you. Pauline said, sent me a note, said, Jimmy, I'm doing this imagination gusto thing, and just so you know, maybe you can work something in there. And as a matter of fact, as I listened to Pauline, I thought, I don't think I could have chosen a better song than this one, because it touched so many bases that she mentioned. It talked about the unknown, fear of the unknown, because that's a part of our imagination that can really hold us down, isn't it? And she also talked about living your life fully, embracing what happens. You deal with what comes in, you press on. You keep smiling. You live life with gusto. You imagine what you want in your life, and you do everything you can to make that happen. So this song really talks about that, and talks about, in a very positive way, though, that negative of the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Embrace what you can see and get on with the project. We can find all kinds of reasons to let go. There is always an excuse when you stub your toe. You can wrap yourself in pity if you choose. You can get back up and put yourself to use. And so it is. And so it is. We let life break us down and we resist. When troubles block our way, remember there's a brighter day. The sun will shine again, and so it is. It's a choice we get to make most every day. Deal with things that come our way. Go live like a weeping willow, or stand strong like a mighty oak. Try for sympathy, or go for broke. And so it is, and so it is. We let life break us down, or we when troubles block our way, remember there's a brighter day. The sun will shine again. 'cause pain is only fasting, so keep reaching for the stars. And when trouble comes your way, just let it go. No one can guarantee an easy ride. The troubles in our way can't be denied. We can let them beat us down, or we can move to higher ground. Leave behind and learn to fly. And so it is, and so it is. We let life break us down, we resist. When trouble block our way, we can put there's a brighter day. The sun will shine again, so it is. We know the sun will shine again, and so it is.
Another fine song, Jim. You just keep making them for us. They're wonderful. During that, I was thinking, yep, I'm going to go for broke, and I'm taking the big black door. Me too. When you know what the firing squad is, there's a chance that maybe. At least it's dark in that room. Oh, and now we come to the time where we show our gratitude and give thanks for all that comes our way and ways of people sharing their time and their talents to make things happen throughout the week and make things happen on a Sunday. And then, of course, the sharing of treasures. And there's nothing like sharing your treasures and knowing that they're going to grow. So our offering bag will be passed from person to person from one side, and if you would just pass it along. And if you're not putting something in the basket physically, put your hand over the basket and or the bag and add to it spiritually. And just know that we can make it grow. And if Jesus turned a couple of fish and a couple of loaves of bread into food for thousands, we can turn a couple of bucks into room for thousands. Yeah. And now we'll just take a moment and do our prosperity blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Yay. And special announcement today, we do have a brief town hall meeting right after our service. We'll take a few moments for those that want to say thanks to Pauline or add their comments quickly, and then we'll move into the town hall meeting. It's going to be very quick. It's Lorraine says about 10 minutes, so we'll just get that out of the way, and then we'll move on to our barbecue. And there'll be there's also the raffle fundraiser today. So there will be a container for a love offering for lunch. And then also we have tickets. I know I've got some tickets. Anybody else got tickets? Yep. Okay, if you don't have tickets, you got to get a ticket. Because you can't play if you don't have a ticket. But the prize is a wonderful $100 gift certificate for Beer Town, where they have beer and not beer. All kinds of great beverages and lots of different choices for those that have different dietary preferences. And they've got lots of patio space. I missed that. And a bottle shop. Now, doesn't everybody want to go to the bottle shop? How many bottles are you looking for? So if I don't win, if one of you win, I mean, maybe you would, please tell me about the bottle shop. Tickets are only $10 for each, or 3 for $20. And a quick reminder about Wednesday night music nights. Jim keeps bringing in people every Wednesday. This week is Lyle Carrington Quartet and Mother Marion.
Oh yeah, can I tell you about Mother Marion? Mother Marion is
Hang on, not everybody can hear you online, so you're going to have to, hang on. Wait.
I do have to say, Mother Marion is 90 years old. She turned 90 yesterday, and she plays the hammered dulcimer, which is a traditional American instrument, and she is absolutely amazing to see. So please come and please tell your friends. You haven't seen anything like this ever. She's just wonderful. Sorry.
That was a good commercial, Jim. That was worth the pause for the cause. Mother Marion. Okay, you better, and then the Attrell Family Band. And now that you told us all about Mother Marion, I mean, the Attrell Family Band, I'm sure they're good, but they're no Mother Marion. They're opening up for Mother Marion. Exactly, and I bet Mother Marion has gusto. And as always, it's only $10, either cash at the door or e-transfer to jimchapman@rogers.com. And if you do email him, tell him who you are, what it's for, because he gets lots of e-transfers every week. There is a new book study going on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m., beginning July the 9th, and it is studying the book on how to pray without talking to God. Invite some of your Catholic friends. They'll find it very interesting. They'll have a long time trying to figure out the title, but how to make somebody think. It is a great book, and I'm sure it'll be a great book study. And now our prayer for protection. Oh, and we have another pause for the cause.
Hi, just a special reminder. The celebration of life for Jake Levesque is at the Aeolian Hall this Tuesday at 1:30. The doors open at 1. Jake was our beloved music director before we had Jim, but he was with us for many years, and that's just a reminder. Tuesday, June 25th at 1:30 at the Aeolian Hall. Doors open at 1.
Thank you, Nancy. And yes, that was another very important announcement. I'll see some of you there, I'm sure. Okay, and now our prayer for protection. So we'll affirm this together, that the light of God surrounds me, I am the light. The love of God enfolds me, I am the love. The power of God protects me, I am the power. And the presence of God watches over me, I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yea, God. And our peace song. So as you go about your week, remember, use your imagination with gusto. And so we'll just take 2 minutes, maybe 5 at the most, for anyone that would like to give thanks to Pauline, make comment before we pass the baton over to Renee to do the quick town hall meeting. Catherine, oh, you don't have any gusto, do you?
No.